Good afternoon, people. It is Sunday, I think. We're going to do a few different things today. What we're going to do first, I'm going to help you if you've ever been stuck on the road and you have a flat tire, or in this case, you're in your gravel on the side of the house and you have a slow leak in the tire and you want to put a plug in it. First, we're going to show you how to identify it, and then we're going to show you how to fix it. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you said hello to a stranger if you went out somewhere today. Made the world a little bit better place. All right, what I've done. I'm thinking my leak is somewhere through this area. So I have a spray bottle, a little bit of Dawn in the spray bottle. Basically, if it's leaking, we're gonna have a bubble. All right, that's all you have to do now. Spray. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that right there. Let's wipe it off. So we're getting a couple bubbles. And I'm using the Dawn because it is a detergent and it's not going to leave an oily residue. Because how we're going to plug this tire, a combination of a couple different things. Got a little junk tool kit. Looks like I don't have that out here. I'm going to go grab that. I'll be right back. Basically, what you're going to need to fix your tire. You can use rubber cement, contact cement, basically some kind of glue. It's kind of an added thing. You're going to need some tire plugs. Here's some new ones. Maybe I've just tore a sleeve out of those. But you got your tire plug. And then you have a series of tools. I mean, if you want to buy a kit like this, it isn't, 10 or 15 bucks. The ones like this that have the handles like that, they have some like this. These are okay for, pulling the plug out. But for putting the thing in, this is, tires that have steel belts in them, and you got to ram jam this thing in between them. So get that. First, a lot of times you'll have a nail or something in there. You have to get some pliers or whatever and get it out. So I don't know what exactly we're going to do in this case. Oh, it is something we can get out, guys. I'm going to go get me a screwdriver. I'm going to get this again, some needle nose pliers, and I'm going to show you that part too. I didn't think we'd be able to do that. All right, guys, I just have a little screwdriver and a little awl, and then some needle nose. If your tire's flat on the side of the road, you're going to have some kind of air compressor or whatever, and you can buy some that plug in your cigarette lighter for $15 or $20. And you don't have to do that if you have AAA and whatnot. Oh, we're actually going to get it pretty easy, guys. See the head sticking out there. And I have a couple different ones. You see, this is kind of like a drill head, right? If you dry it out to the, you see that's a little bit bigger. And that's even a little bit bigger still. Some of these things are just going to be tougher than others. But we're going to go ahead and take our needle nose. We'll get this one ready. Because if you just have like this, see, I still got a good amount of air. If you don't have, if your tire is just low, you might be able to do this, and if you do it right, you might still be able to drive the rest of the way home. But anyway, here's your piece of junk. Pull all this into it as a whole. Take this. we'll go ahead and plug him in there. So at least, alright, so I guess I'll be editing. Alright, we'll get him. We already have that one in easy. We'll go ahead and arm our tool. Just got really to do that. Let's peel plug out of here. Then I like to have this because these plugs are usually, this is tight, right? So I get this. I don't know if you can see that. Getting brace here. Squish the end with your fingers. Basically, you want to get this guy, you want to get this work to about the center. Okay, say we have him about centered. We're going to take our little bit bigger tool, we're going to shove him in there so he doesn't fit. This is more like a file. Let's work it back and forth. Again, you want to leave it out of the hole as little as possible because we're going for, you know, keeping air inside the tire if you don't have another compressor on you. You know, and you could have a little tool like a little kit like this in your car if you do a bunch of driving. You know, or you drive long distances and stuff like that, you're going for a trip, you know, 20, 25 bucks, whatever, you can have. This is just some little toolbox that I got at an auction sometime. I don't have any money in that, you know, but your plugs. So anyway, I think I got that was the biggest one. A little bigger than that, so that's about as big as holes we're gonna get. Take a little rubber cement. You know, concentrate it here in the center, run it out to the edges. That's what I like to do. I like to get as much as this plug. You don't want to bury the thing completely in there because you want it to stay in the tire. You don't want it to go the rest of the way in. So now, here's where the handle part comes in. You see it helped, you know, because if you're just using a screwdriver, then all you can do is, you know, twist it with a screwdriver. This is just a much better deal to have. Right? So get your guy, shove him in there, work it back and forth. Don't twist it all the way around because you don't want to rip it. And I like to leave a ½ inch or a little more. We'll zoom in here so you guys can see what I have left. Yeah, with the sunlight, I can't even see the thing. So it looks like I'll be doing some more editing. What's it's right there? Oh, shit! You guys didn't see much of that, did you? Well, what I did. Oh. Okay, pretend this is that one. I took this, took a plug, used a screwdriver to pry it. Well, this one you don't have to. It's, you know, you just have what you have. You feed this in there so it's halfway through it, and I put some glue on it. And now I have it pulled. I have about a half. You fold the plug, you fold, then it shoves in there. You know, and I have about this much sticking back out because I don't want it to sink all the way in. Then you just pull your plug, pull it straight out, grab it, kind of wiggle around a little bit, work it in with your fingers, and then pretty much your leak is fixed. One more step to do is to get a razor blade and to cut it off. I do not have a razor blade, so I'm going to go get one. No, I just found a simple razor blade first. So, get along these. I want to cut it. I want it close to the edge of the surface. Otherwise, you're going to hear it going down the road. And I don't want it to catch on anything or whatever. So just a little, you know, just gently back and forth motion. Get him chopped off. You have your little scrap. If you have a flower bed, you can throw it in your flower bed. Still not quite happy with that. Now I can see it a little bit more. So I'll trim it a little bit better. Now let the blade do the work. You want to push, you don't want to disturb anything in the tire. We're just cutting the stuff off the tire. Alright. So now we have that guy. And it's pretty much flush with the surface. You want the glue down inside of it, you know, that's still gonna dry, but then you don't want to take a chance of the plug getting pulled back out. So if you're lucky enough to have a wife that has a dusty mail route, get yourself 2 fingers of dirt. No longer sticky. You have now plugged a tire. You could do this at your local tire shop and stuff like that and pay $25, or you could have $25 invested in a kit and patch your next 50 tires for free. Granted, you should have a little air compressor, something like that in your car. It's not that expensive to have that. It's an initial expense, but then you have it with you. So guys, there you go. It took a few minutes. I'm going to edit it down so it isn't crazy boring. And we're back. First, I was getting ready to make a video. I'm going to trim some honeysuckle. I'm just going to do this so you guys can listen to a little time-elapsed song. You can watch me do stuff, but I'm doing it for the song. But first, this is where my tripod broke a month ago, and I used clear tape just to kind of hold it in place. But the other end of it, this is where it broke a little while ago. So my gimbal, I have this quick attachment that screws into my phone, or screws into the bottom of the gimbal so I can lock and unlock the thing. Unscrews, and then it locks in the top of this. And this sits down on the shaft. So I pulled that off of the broken one. And I had this nice heavier duty Sony one. But the head on the thing, it's a little bit different. And it drops it down. Well, the gimbal fell out of it and fell on the ground. And I'm glad I didn't break the phone. Well, I can see that this, basically all I need to do is get this down here far enough that I can lock this on here. And I should be fine. So I was just thinking about the kind of junk that I have laying around here. One of my favorite tools that I use. A lot of body work and stuff like that. Also, if you are finishing wood on a porch or anything like that, you know, those sharp edges and stuff that always split, you can use the flapper disc. It does an excellent job on wood. We'll have to. I think on my I don't know whether I did that on the next time I'm working with wood. You guys remind me, and we'll get one of these out and do this. So basically, what I'm going to do with this, we're going to play you a song by Mishappenings. He is a buddy of mine from Great Britain, across the pond over there in England way. I met him through a place called an internet radio station called XRP Radio. I have some of my music up there, and they've been nice enough to play it for me for the last couple of years. So I want to give them a nod, doing what they can do and all the music that they have on their channel. It's all independent artists, unsigned music and stuff, helping helping people that otherwise wouldn't be heard be heard. So that's kind of a cool thing. But anyways, I'm going to get you guys a little time lapse thing here, and we're going to do that. You know, like I never said my channel is going to be all car related. My channel is life related, right? All right, here we go. And that didn't work out. So, well, I mean, it'll still work. It isn't quite as awesome as what I'd hoped to be. But what we're wanting to do is to give the camera a place to hang out. So, I'm just going to glue it on there. Look at this. Little glue. The wiper glue. A little glue on here. Because we're never going to take it apart. the next thing that's going to happen with this tripod is to put it in the trash. So we're just, but you know, that may be a good while from now. So we got that. This thing's a little bit threaded. So we're gonna call this Loctite. It's just basically contact cement, rubber cement, glue. We're gonna glue this in here. We're gonna set this back on here. Goes on just like that. We're gonna get this guy. We're gonna get him threaded. Heck, we're even gonna put a little bit more on the outside. Now I'll tip him over. So that way it runs in. And then, for right now, we're going to call that good. Here is what I made up. Little toolbox. Yeah, it's got my tire tools in there and some plugs and whatnot, and everything you need really to patch a tire on the side of the road, with the exception of your air compressor. Just a cool little box. Anyways, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna let that dry, and we're gonna go out here. This bush area you see is kind of overgrown. There's actually a Rose of Sharon bush underneath of that, and you see this other Rose of Sharon bush beside of that. That's dead. So I think right now I'm gonna do another little bit of time-lapse photography, and you can watch me make this look a little bit more like something. And I don't know, what do you think would be a good place to put a Australian band? Huh? Catherine Turner Overdrive. Here's a tune from them. You ready?
scared by the way she looks. Her eyes are as piercing as a fishing hook. Yeah, she kills a whale to survive, cause she looks like a model from 2005. And oh, they can't believe their eyes. How she's blowing kisses at all of the guys that you.
And now, a song later, we have a trimmed bush. I can see that's the parts SRX we have. I have 3 of the things. That one's for parts for the other 2. We have our V8, our North Star one. It has a problem with the power steering. We're going to be getting to that soon. I tried replacing the pump on it, and that didn't quite do it. So we have this one. Maybe the rack failed. This one we have another rack. So if I have to pull that out, that's why this thing's here. But anyway, so a little bit of work. That's the whole point of this last little bit. There's a little bit work will make a lot of difference in your life. You don't have to take the biggest steps in the world every day. Anything that you're working on, whether it be a bush, whether it be a small problem that you have. Nobody said you had to do everything all at once. You take day in, day out, little steps. Pick a problem, work on that problem. Tomorrow, pick another one if you got the one from today finished. So, we got our little bush. We got our little pile. That was a problem. And that's what we're left with after we shed the problem. Alright, now we're going to get on to some car content. I bet you guys are ready. If you notice, I have this bottle on here. And if you notice, this end's kicked up. I suppose I don't know what exactly he did to do that. I suppose maybe he ran into something on this corner. Did you hear that? How that loud that was? Huh? See, these are earphones. See, it doesn't make you any less of a man if you put some earphones on to protect your hearing. So, yeah, I think maybe the easiest way for me to do this would probably be to put my earphones on, get you back into another little piece of action musically. And I think this one's gonna be from Rekkr. Rekkr. I'm not sure. I have to look, but I'm not sure what they might be. They might be USA. They might be England. I'll put what it is in the title, because I listen to these guys. I talk to these guys, and I know where some of them are from, and some of them I just listen to the music, because that's why I'm there. We'll get this cord out of your way. Probably use it tomorrow, but we'll hang it over here. And on my wood areas, I pounded nails because you can see I have way too much crap. I'm really, really disorganized. So, the more of this kind of stuff I can hang to where I can see it, it's going to be less that I can lose it. And I showed you that sledgehammer. But, you know as well as I do, we're not going to get anything done with that. It's probably pretty loud. I don't know. I already have these on. I think, let's see, what we got? Looks like 10 pound. So yeah, maybe we'll break these bolts off. Maybe we'll have to weld this thing on. We're going to do some adjustment. And until that point, you guys are going to get you some Rekkr. I messed around with it for a few minutes. I got it a little bit better. It doesn't look as atrocious as what it did. I think what I'm gonna do, if you look, this does have the engine in it, so it does have that added weight. But I think that this has some larger springs, with a little bit of lift springs, something like that. I'm going to take, this thing has newer calipers and stuff on it. I bought it for the motor out of it, but since it has these calipers and stuff, I'm pretty much going to give the thing away when I get rid of it. Guy that parts out XJs. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the calipers and all that kind of stuff off of this thing, and we're going to keep them. Yeah. Between the two vehicles, I have to decide what parts I want to use. I do not remember which drive shaft came out of the red Jeep. The drive shafts, they look to be exactly alike, pretty much. Got your weights. Well, I guess they're not. It looks like this drive shaft has some weights on either side of it, and the other one does not. But I think I'm going to go with this one just because this is a lot more heavily, has a lot more rust scale on it. Both of these are dry. The U-joints seem to be, you know, in about shape. Neither one of them's loose. I wish these had greasable U-joints, but they do not. So these, you know, might quite possibly be, you know, the original ones. All the grease seals look to be okay. I don't know, these ones on this one may seem to be in a little bit better condition. But man, I don't know. Maybe we'll just, I don't know, the rubbers on this, they seem to be a little bit shaped. And maybe it has a little bit more rust scale on it just because it sat in the dirt a little bit longer. So we'll take this and we'll clean this thing up here. Do a little bit more music. I don't know who this band will be, but maybe I'll make it. Well, for right now, I played it in the last one, but this is a song called Choke. It's by the Street Cult Leaders. That's one of my projects, or whatever. We'll get you back there a little bit so you can see what all's going on. We're gonna get that flapper disc. These flapper discs, man, I tell you, that you go through them fast. Tell me in the comments what's a good company that makes a flapper disc that, you know, actually will last a little while. I mean, these things are expensive, and the ones from Harbor Freight, well, until they show me something different, Harbor Freight, show me something different. The stuff you got now is hot garbage. So anyway, we'll get it fired up here. Of course, we got our electrical cord underneath the ladder. Get over here where we can clean it up. I don't know if this will take 3 minutes. If it takes more than 3 minutes, we'll go ahead and throw a little paint on it at that point. Now we'll put this underneath of here. So I got some headlights and stuff down there. I kind of want to protect them. We may use them. We'll get this guy about ready now. You guys ready? Huh? Get you started here. This will be Choke by the Street Cult Leaders.
If I could be you, I'd be each of my wounds. The trouble with me is I wanna believe in you. The trouble with me is I wanna believe in you. Will you just sit down while you watch me choke? Will you just sit down while you watch me choke? The hardest place.
Now, I'm just gonna blow this thing off. Get any loose junk off of there. It gets most of it. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we'll get that guy. And now I think before I'm gonna put some rust control stuff on this because I'm gonna put a coat of paint on. Because again, I don't have to do it. It'll be fine just the way it is. Now, like I said, some people say this is it's just gonna be a work vehicle. It's just gonna be a driver vehicle. But I say, no matter what you have, there's no reason for you to not make it a little bit better. At least, you know, I always try to do that. Not everybody feels the same. Everybody's free to do whatever they want that makes them happy. But I noticed I got a new grease gun the other day. Oh, it was actually in that toolbox that I got, right? Got that. It's got some red grease. Red grease. That's some pretty good stuff. I'm gonna get one of these caps off. You want to be careful. Pull them off. Inspect your bearings and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to get any junk down in there. Bearings look pretty good. It's not, you know, it's dry, but it's not dry inside of there. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna set this cap out of the way so we don't dump it on the ground. Get this kick back here. Oh, this does not go all the way through. But I was hoping it went all the way through. That'd be cooler, wouldn't it? I'm just gonna a little fresh grease in there. May as well wipe it around there. Clean that. I'm gonna get a little rag and wipe that black stuff off there. May as well get him cleaned up a little bit, right? Make it a little bit better while we're here. Here's some paper towels. We'll go ahead and wipe around these bearings and stuff a little bit too on that side. Man, it'd be nice to be able to get it all apart, but we're not going to take it all apart. We're not doing that. I'm going to take my gloves off. I like to wear gloves because you don't know how many times I'm using a grinder or a cut off wheel. I've cut a hole in the glove, and see, I've already got a messed up hand for working with shitty people. It was the last time I ever worked for people. So I guess it was a blessing in disguise. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. We'll get some of this grease. Get some on our finger. We'll wipe it around. It'd be nice if the holes went all the way through. What I was hoping to do when I did that was to fill squirt the grease in and have it spread throughout the joint, because that's how the ones that have the grease fittings. I'm gonna get in here, see what's going on with this. I don't want to disturb these bearings. I don't want to pull them out, anything like that. Just kind of a little. Just get a lot of that old stuff. We'll get a little spoonful of this. She's not going to be able to put too much grease in there because there's not all that much space in between those needle bearings, what these are called. Let's get them set in there. Let's run that around a little bit. These bearings feel good. Not really what these do when it pivots and stuff. It just allows everything to keep flowing. So as long as these things don't dry out, they'll last a good long time. Get him started. He slides back down. Give him a little turn. Make sure he turns smooth. And I guess all we can do right now is this other side. But yeah, since we're here, we're going to do that. And this one didn't score it up, so I figured these other two. I figured they're probably about in the same condition. Said I'm going to get rid of this Jeep, the carcass, what's left over, but all this stuff, these drive shafts and whatnot, I'm going to keep. I'm debating on keeping the front and rear end, because this Jeep, the red one, it has 300,000 miles on it. I drove it home. I didn't hear any noises like that, but then the engine sounded so crappy from the blown head gasket. I probably wasn't really paying attention, all that much attention to that kind of stuff. I'll just get him lubed up. And another squirt. Just run around the bearings. Everything feels nice and smooth. Spin. Make sure he's on there nice. And make sure it turns. This is going to be our rear drive shaft. Alright, so now I think all we're going to do to that now, we're going to put some rust control on it. Particular stuff, I'm trying out different kinds of stuff as I go. Let's see, it looks like our I can't even find it now. Evaporust. Yes, Evaporust is what we're using now. I don't know whether I like it. I don't know whether I don't like it. Some things seem to work better than others. Basically comes in a gallon jar. Oh. So not even the right stuff. We'll see. We'll spray it on there. We'll see what happens. No, people. I'm going to go find that. All right, what I started squirting with some liquid metal primer. This is CRC Evaporust. We're gonna put that. We're gonna put that on this drive shaft. Get you drop down here a little bit so you can see. See how this stuff works on this. I ruined it a little bit because it's already wet with the other junk. So I'm putting this in a spray bottle. Hopefully this spray nozzle works.
Get away from me. Don't really know why. I put up with it.
I hope it does, because we're gonna. There's some rust issues on this thing we're gonna take care of.
Fake friends.
We can do that.
Fake friends. Get away from me.
Oh, it's gonna work, guys. Isn't that wonderful? We'll give him a nice squirt. This is supposed to chemically treat the rust. Well, you can see it's having a little bit of reaction. I'll show you. Get this sprayed a little bit. Stuff's a little bit caustic, so you don't want to get too much on your fingers. Have some water handy. Spraying off, it does.
Fake friends. Fake friends.
Yes, we got him. We got things good and wet.
Get away from me.
You know, some of these things, they have a. They smells like bleach or whatever when they're working. This, I don't really seem to smell too much of anything. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll find out. Hang the grease gun. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff to mechanics and stuff. Just, it's kind of boring. It's kind of repetition and stuff, and it takes a certain amount of patience to do this kind of junk. But when you get it done, you have a result. You have that you've done something, which is that's good. It's always good when you have give you a little bit of positive outlook. But I think now I'm gonna go ahead and pause this video, and I'll take you with me. I'll show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna hang a swordfish before it gets dark. All right, guys, I'm taking you with me. What I'm trying to do, I guess. Where do we put the fish? I don't want to put him real high. Oh, you guys haven't seen the fish. You guys get to see the fish. See, I had to put my ladder and I had to feed it in there. So if I fall off of this, it'll be terrible and I'll bleed. So I think I don't want it above the window. So I think we'll hang it right along the top line. See what bothers me here at the other end of the house. We'll hang him about right here into these shake shingles. I'm gonna pound these things a little bit downhill, because I want this thing to stay on. Yeah, I'm through the shingle. I'm into the wall. Just gonna put a few of these side by side. Again, I didn't measure. You guys saw that. So if I made a mistake, you guys are right there with me. I'm blaming you. We'll get 3 of these in here. Got about the same level. I'm gonna bend them up. Because I want this bracket. The thing has a fishy has a bracket on the back of it. Should be able to just slip these babies down on there. Get that I'll go ahead and put one in the middle too. Oh yeah, this hammer, I got it at an auction. These nails, got a big old box of them at an auction. We about got a straight line. You guys see them there nails? Exciting. Oh, it's getting a little bit dark, but we're getting it done. I'll be right back with fish. All right, guys, here's our fish. Look at him hanging up there. So the difficulty is going to be getting this up here, holding it, getting up the ladder, bouncing, holding it, getting up the ladder, bouncing. Oh, beating it off of stuff. Up here where we can see our brackets. Is he on there? Oh, we better get up here and see. Oh. Now we got all of our nails, guys. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get some pliers. I'm gonna tie this bracket. Tie this bracket off. But yeah, let's get back here. Let's get back here where we can see. Yeah, it's dark. I'm sorry. Sometimes life's like that. There's a little bit of sunset, southeast to high. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Go over here. Got some hot rods in the driveway. We're gonna get to them. Look how dirty she gets this thing. This is what we're after. See the house? There we go. Yeah. Now that I think about it, it probably should be moved over a little bit further. But I don't know. We'll see what that is. See how that works out for us. Really see what Karen says about it. That's pretty cool. Anyways, people, thank you for tuning in. That might be the end of this one. Make this a short one. I think I just did a couple things. I don't know how it's going to be. But anyways, that's all I'm going to do for this one. We'll be back tomorrow with some more. We'll get back on the Jeep some more tomorrow. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the tunes. Shout out to my buddies who also have YouTube channels. Please check them out. Got Backyard Builds with Nate, Doug Brown, and then Peace and Grease. Peace and Grease, they're here in Ohio. Doug and Nate, they're up from Nova Scotia, Canada. And, you know, they support me, so I support them right back. It's good to have friends everywhere. And this music I'm bringing to you, you know, it's from around the world. Trying to bring the world together through music, right? It's a pretty big goal, but I ain't got nothing better to do I? You guys have a good night. See you in the next one. Bonsai out.